Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back at it again. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful fall weekend. Do you know when we fall back on the time, Steve?
No.
Of course
I heard it.
I do.
I heard it. Well, you do? You know something.
So. I believe it's the first Sunday in November.
Okay, so you fall backward or forward?
You fall forward. Okay. No, you fall back. And the reason why I was checking, because I thought it might be this weekend, with Halloween and all that. So.
Right. No, I wish they would just leave it alone.
Yeah. I don't know what it does.
We looked up when that started because we had the question, like, when did that start? And I thought it was Jimmy Carter because I want to blame him for everything.
Yeah, of course.
But it wasn't. It was actually Gerald Ford.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, I don't know that he did anything else. But that's what he did.
Well, I don't know. It's I like it only because it reminds me a little bit of time travel, but not really.
There you go.
Anyway, let's talk to our guest right now. Somebody who's probably more grounded than the both of us. It's Matt Roberts. He's the co-founder and president of Sherrill Manufacturing. How you doing there, Matt?
I'm doing great, guys. Thank you for allowing me to show up in your new digs.
Thank you. Speaking about digs, you got some nice place out there in Sherrill, New York, and we'd like to hear more about that. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself, what your background is, your educational background, and then your profession. How'd you get into this business?
Well, I'm a Central New York guy, born and raised Utica, New York. Ended up going to Oneida High School, MVCC for engineering science, Clarkson University for electrical engineering, SU, a couple master's degrees. Sounds like I was I was a professional.
Wow.
Master's MBA and a master's in electrical engineering. So I was a professional student early on in my life. But
good golly.
I started working for Oneida Limited in 1991, and the demise of the company due to the I would call it unfair competition from our friends in China.
Sure.
We bought the factory, Greg Owens and I, in 2005. And we've been there for over 17 years.
Isn't that something? When did you go to SU? Were you in L.C. Smith College of Engineering? Or?
Yeah, I graduated from Clarkson in 86. And I worked for General Electric in Utica. And they had a program called the Edison Engineering Program. So it was more like a management training program.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we got a master's. It took us 3 years because we were working full time. So I graduated in '89 from SU from L.C. Smith, and then I went back when I worked for Oneida. I wanted to, because it was all engineering and didn't know a lot about operations. I didn't know what a balance sheet was.
Right.
Tom still doesn't know.
Yeah, I thought it was something.
I'm not very balanced.
You put the weights on it, right?
Yeah.
But in 2000, I graduated from SU with an MBA.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know if you were there when I was there in the early 80s.
He's way younger, Tom.
Yeah. No.
Well, no, I would have been there in the early 80s.
Yeah, he would have been. But yeah, I was just thinking about that because just a little sidebar, since it's, Halloween-y time. I remember seeing the band Oingo Boingo doing Dead Man's Party over there at Maggie's back in the 80s.
Holy cow. Now you're dating.
Yeah. They were in the movies, too. They were in Back to School and all that. So anyway, Sherrill Manufacturing, those buildings out there, first of all, Sherrill is beautiful. I think all of Oneida is beautiful. And you drive up Route 5, you get to Sherrill, and how many of those buildings do you still own or operate out of?
Sherrill, the Silver City, which I call Mayberry, because it's just a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It was 1 million square feet at one time under roof.
1 million? Are you just exaggerating?
1,070,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay, to be exact.
Wow. He's an engineer. Don't argue with him, Tom.
Right.
That's big.
Yeah. So we ended up selling the land and buildings to a developer, the same gentleman, the group that owns the Magna plant. And they're developing the facility. So we've consolidated ourselves because we're a lot smaller than Oneida used to be. We've consolidated ourselves into about 125,000 square feet. Our neighbors are Briggs & Stratton, which is Ferris.
Oh, right.
Ferris Lawnmowers.
Absolutely.
So
great.
they're on site. There's a couple other manufacturers and other office space. So they're doing a good job redeveloping the space. But we're still making forks, knives, and spoons in Sherrill, New York.
Right. Well, Oneida used to make lots of silver things, right? Not just flatware.
Yeah, in the mid '90s they closed the hollowware factory, but they used to make pots and pans and
Gotcha.
tea sets and things like that.
Any silver bullets for werewolves?
No silver bullets.
Okay, all right.
Only silver anodes in the silver plating
So,
solution.
are there a lot of people in the United States making, manufacturing flatware silver? It's a loaded question. I know the answer. Are there a lot of people doing that, Matt?
There is one manufacturer of stainless steel flatware. There are a couple small garage-size companies that make sterling, but nobody makes stainless steel flatware except for us.
Right.
So, if people want to buy American, you're it.
If it says USA on the back of the piece, it was made in Sherrill, New York.
Great.
Wow.
Now, people are probably gearing up for November, which there's some sort of a holiday that I'm aware of.
Election day?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. It might be. It depends how it goes.
Yes.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
everybody's eting crow.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. We might be having a Cornish game hen. That's about all we can afford. But if people want to, update their flatware before the family gets there, can they do that?
Absolutely. This is the time of year where we're building inventory. The biggest time of the year for us is Black Friday through Christmas Eve.
Gotcha.
So we're building inventory and we always have things on sale on our website, libertytabletop.com. So just go on the website, check it out. If you want to call our toll-free number, you can find that on the website. We have we have 3 customer service people now, and they have incredible product knowledge, and they can help you wade through some of the things that you need to know about our flatware.
So buy American, that's nice, but talk about the product, because if the product isn't comparable or better, it becomes, a challenge, I imagine.
Right. So because we sell directly online, we don't have to do what our competitors are doing, which is a race to the bottom. Where can I find the cheapest factory in China, Indonesia, Vietnam, India, and sell my wares? So we actually build quality back into it. We've added processes that were gone for years when it was Oneida. So we feel that we have the highest quality flatware in the world, and we use 100% melted in the United States stainless steel. So it's
pretty impressive.
We require that. We look at the actual the chemical makeup of the steel. We make sure that it's melted in the United States.
Is it true that the great Kreskin couldn't bend one of your spoons?
He probably couldn't. If you go to some of the diners around here, you can bend it.
Let's have a show of hands out there. Who remembers the great Kreskin?
I was at OCC, Tom. He showed up there. He did a show.
Get out.
I have a picture in a box I took of him. I don't know if he was bending a spoon or doing something like this.
Right,
but,
right.
No lie. The great
That was a great show.
Kreskin.
I used to love that.
It was. So product-wise, if people want to see it, they can see it at libertytabletop.com. Did I have that right?
That's the website. And then we have a samples program. So if you have 2 or 3 different designs that you're interested in, you can call us up or you can order online, and we'll send you 3 samples. And then you can feel, touch, and take a look at the design and see if you like it. And if you like it, then you can keep the 3 samples. It's a nominal fee for the samples. And about half of our sample orders turn into an order.
Wow. How many people out there now?
75.
Are you still looking for people?
Yes,
or
we are.
Oh, good. Okay.
We are looking for maintenance people. We're looking for machine operators. We need a lot of help, just like a lot of manufacturers in the United States.
It's incredible. We have all these jobs available, and people still choose to, I don't know what.
Not work?
Panhandle and not work. I don't know what they're
I
doing.
always say if you could fall off your couch and land on a job in Central New York.
Really, at this point, right? Yep. Well, that's Matt Roberts right there. He's the co-founder and president of Sherrill Manufacturing. LibertyTabletop.com, LibertyTabletop.com. Get there today. You might be surprised at what you see, and order a whole new set for when the family comes over for Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Matt, and you have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you, gentlemen. Have
Awesome.
a great day.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with David Buff. He's a forester at B&B Lumber. Stick around for that conversation right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR and 106.9 FM.